Why do I consider your emotions to be a superpower? It's Dr. Mary, and that is today's question. So we are on my fourth principle of what it means to be a well-nourished woman. And today I'm going to talk about a topic that we've been talking about in my sacred circle for a couple of months now. To me, this is a crucial part of being a well-nourished woman. So why do I think this? So I'm going to go a little bit brain science nerd fact on you for just a minute. So in our brains, we have cells called mirror neurons, also known as monkey see, monkey do neurons. They're basically the neurons that help us mimic other people. And these serve two purposes. Number one, they allow us to learn really rapidly when we are children. So we see other people doing something, speaking, walking, crawling, whatever it may be that they're trying to get us to learn to do, and we mimic them. And it really speeds up our ability to learn new behaviors. The other part of a mirror neuron is it allows us to feel another person's emotions. It's an empathy neuron. So why do I feel like they're so important, especially for women, in being a well-nourished woman? As a woman, in general, you have more mirror neurons than the average male does. I'm not saying that men can't be empathetic or that they don't have mirror neurons. They absolutely do, and they can. But women, on average, have more mirror neurons than men do, which makes them, on average, more empathetic, more compassionate, more nurturing, more understanding, because they have a better ability biologically to feel what somebody else is feeling. So, fast forward to the real world. If you work in an environment that is very masculine in nature, meaning very goal-oriented, action-oriented, performance-oriented, get results, you may have been taught, encouraged, flat out told that you need to suppress your emotions, that it's not appropriate to display. I'm here to tell you that that is horrible advice, especially if you're female. Your emotions, your ability to be empathetic, is what makes you so good at what you do. I get that in some environments, if you show emotions, you're not going to be rewarded for doing so. And I'm going to put that on you to determine whether it's appropriate to display an emotional reaction or not. But what I don't want you to do is suppress it. So you can feel an emotion, and if the environment doesn't allow that, ridicule you for doing so, then you may want to keep that on the inside and express it later when you get home or to a friend who understands. But do not suppress your emotions. They are a window to your soul. When I was growing up, I was always taught that a woman's intuition is incredibly powerful. Yet when I got into the workforce, I was taught that you can't trust your gut. You have to trust facts. You have to trust numbers. Ladies, your intuition is based on your empathy. It's based on your mirror neurons. It's that inner knowing, because you're so good at reading other people's emotions, that let me tell you something. This took me over 2 decades to undo the training that I had to suppress my intuition. Your intuition, part of your emotions, it is a valuable, valuable asset. It's part of who you are. It's part of what makes you very good at what you do. Do not suppress that. To me, knowing all that I know now, suppressing your emotions is not only incredibly unhealthy from a psychological perspective, but it's not good for your soul. You're denying a part of yourself, and it's a very important part of yourself. So whether you're highly sensitive or female or male or whatever it may be, I'm here to tell you your emotions are important. They are a window to your soul. They are a superpower, and they allow you to do and be what you are today. So please stop suppressing them. Stop trying to shut them off. Stop trying to deny them. Your emotions need to be felt. They need to be listened to. So how do you do this? The next time you find yourself having an emotional experience, don't try to tell yourself, stop, don't do this. It's not okay to have an emotion. There may be times that are more appropriate to have that emotional reaction than others. Like I said, if you're in a work environment that is not supportive of you having emotional responses at work, maybe you want to say that to you at home. Or maybe you want to figure out a better place to work where it's okay to have an emotional experience. That's up to you. I'm not telling you what to do. But I do encourage you to explore your emotions. So last week we talked about if your body's in pain or if your body is doing something or letting you know, to ask it what's going on. Why do you hurt? I'm encouraging you this week to do the same kind of thing with your emotions. It may be easy. Maybe you're frustrated because technology is not working for you, and it's a pretty easy answer to figure out why you want to throw your computer out the window, right? But maybe it's not so clear. So maybe you are overcome with sadness and you're not quite sure why. So at that time, if you're able, or later on during the day, dive into that emotion. What are you? Why are you here? What messages do you have for me? I promise if you start to do this on a regular basis, you're not going to be overwhelmed by your emotions. If anything, you'll probably find it more easy to manage your emotions because you're actually finally acknowledging them and not suppressing them or trying to make them go away or denying that they even exist. Your emotions are a window to your soul. If you're having an emotional reaction like frustration, anger, guilt, shame, blame, depression, sadness, upset, any kind of especially negative emotional reaction, that is another message from your body to say, okay, hey, let's look at this. What's going on here? So I invite you to explore your emotional experiences, the good, the bad, and the really ugly, with an eye of kindness and compassion and gratitude for them being there for you. So that is today's principle. Listen to your emotions. Tune in. Let them, like your body, be your guide. That to me is a crucial part of being well-nourished. So that is today's question and answer. I also am super happy to announce that the Nourished Temple group coaching program, where we explore all of these principles we've been talking about, is now open for registration. You can go to thenourishedtemple.com and learn all about this 7-week group coaching program that goes in depth into all 7 of these principles and teaches you skills for how to do each of them so you can be well nourished. So if you're ready to learn how to love your body and nourish your sacred temple, check out the website nourishedtemple.com. I will see you next week with our next question and Principle 5. Bye for now.